Just grabbing some of my supplies. We're gonna make some dolls together. I haven't made dolls in like a really long time, but yeah. Just gonna use like a regular plate as like a palette and then grab my brushes. So I've got some water here. So these are dolls that I've had for a while, but never ended up painting completely. I think I got like stressed out, and sometimes like I need a break from certain projects if I put a lot of myself into it, and there was other reasons that were personal that I'm not gonna get into. But I just needed a break from it, and it's okay because I love this art, so I kept everything. I forget where I put my wet wipes, but anyways, here's some wedges. Here's some this. But yeah, so here we are, getting back into it. That's cool. Let me see. I see a little bit, because I stored these and like some of them kind of touched something else. So I'm going to go get like a wet wipe. Or I think we're going to go over here to the closet, get a few more things. Yeah, I'm probably going to start my Etsy shop again. I have a lot going on, guys. But yeah, I'm excited. I think this was Lucy by Tina Kiwi. These are all like my doll kits. I don't know if I need to like open this to try to find out. Like a friend of mine. Nope, that's not her. Where'd she go? Oh, Lucy by Tina Kiwi. Where are you? Hello, guys. Hello, Chris. Welcome. So I'm making dolls today. This channel is emotional support service, stuffed animals or ESSAs, whatever. But I need to make some money, so I may be making some dolls today so that I can sell them later. Right now I'm looking for one that I want to work on that's a beautiful one that a friend of mine got me. I don't know where she went though. Hello, Amy. Welcome. All right, I need to focus because I can't find it right now, but I'll find it later. Those are the bodies. So you guys can ask me any questions about how to make these that you want. Anything you want. I'm going to show you how I do some of this stuff today. So, yay. Let's do it. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, here she is. Oh. All right. So these are 3 that I started and I did not keep going with them. I talked to a friend of mine and she thinks that I should have a separate channel for the dolls. I think I agree, but right now I'm a little overwhelmed and I just need to get these out. So we're going to work on them right now. And then I may make like a second channel for these at some point. I really think that is a good idea. I agree with her. All right, Where was those little dots that I saw? Like right there. Okay. So I'm going to do is this has acetone in it. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this stuff. Oh, shoot. You know what? Let's open her wigs. Okay, I did get some wigs for her. Let's go find those wigs. I'm going to cover you guys up because I want privacy and not to show you my entire house. But, shoot, where did it go? Oh, no. Hold on one sec. I'll get them. I found them. Yeah, we're taking you on a secret journey where you don't get to see anything for 5 seconds. All right, so let's open the wigs up. They're in here. Ah! Hold on. Okay, color reveal for the hair. It is brown. So this doll right here is going to have brown hair. And then she is being sold, yes. Oh, no, is she? No, she's not. Okay, you know why she's not? I forgot. Why she's not being sold. This one's not being sold. She was a friend of mine gifted her to me. Gifted this kit to me. And when somebody gifts me something, I typically keep it. I had forgotten she gifted this one to me. This is a Ping Lao kit. It's a very nice kit. And yeah, I'm not gonna, so this one stays because it was a gift. All right, we're gonna have to find another one to sell. Shoot. But let's look at the hair or something. Yeah, when somebody sells me something, you know, sells me, gifts me something, I don't sell it. Unless they give me permission to. I know that it's mine, but like it means a lot to me when somebody gives me a gift like that. So that's why I'm not going to sell her. Yeah. Typically, I never do sell them if somebody gifts them. All right, let's take a look at this hair that I chose for her. Oh, yes, it's very nice. Look at that. It's nice and soft and everything. Yeah, she's going to look nice in that hair. Okay. So I got 2 wigs for her. All right. I have the pickle sculpt right here. And so this pickle sculpt is being sold. Pickle is the name of, like, the artist picks, like, the name of the sculpts. And, you know, and you, like, shoot, this thing is not going back in. All right, here we go. All right, let's do this. Let's get started. Filibuster. Okay, what is the first thing we're gonna do? I'm gonna go get like a spoon as well. I forgot I need a spoon. So. Oof. It's a spoon. Going to, I think, use, so I think we're going to try this color, light mocha. On some parts I'm going to touch up on her because she kind of got hit a little bit like right here. So we're going to touch that up a little bit. This is special. I use it to make acrylic paint adhere to vinyl. It's called Golden Soft Gel Matte Medium. So what I do is I take a spoonful, I'll show you. Just have to open this up. Ugh. All right, this one's stuck. Oh, got it. Okay. All right, here it is. And what I do is I'll take like about not that much. Then the next thing I do is I'll put a little bit, I'm going to try to color match. So what I'm doing with these is I'm going to, if they have like a blemish on them, I'm going to try to fix that. That is a crying baby. It's not going to sell very well because people don't like crying babies, except for I do, because it's realistic. I like the realism. All right, so I'm gonna put like this color is called Apple Barrel Light Mocha. It's acrylic. So I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna mix it first. And then I'm gonna put 1, 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a little bit of barn red, because as you can see there's a little bit of red, tinge red on some things. So I'm gonna move this off to the side because this can really get dark fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this over here, put just a little bit like that. So what I'm gonna do is mix this up. You know, it's a little bit not transparent enough. I'm gonna just take like a little drop of this, very slight, and mix it. You can use a knife as your palette knife, okay? I just use what I have in the house for my supplies because this is what works for me and it's affordable. So I use what I have. This spoon will no longer be used for eating. It will be now my art spoon. That's how I choose to do it. All right, so let's look for the proper brush for this. I'm gonna actually add, to just thin it out, a little bit more water to that. I might add like a little bit more red, actually. Just a little bit more. It might be a little, yeah, that's good. Right, now let's add some, let's look in here and look for the right brushes for what I need. This is a very fine tip brush. That's really good. I love those. So we're gonna pull that aside. I like this brush here. Sometimes I'm gonna want to add like a little bit of texture to some of the things. So put that there. Some other ones in various sizes. All right, let's do it up. Let's do this. Okay. First thing I want to do is fix this little black spot. This is bothering me. I'm going to use my pinky as a fulcrum to keep my hands steady. If you have shaky hands, this is a good way of keeping your hands steady. All right. It's getting a little lighter. Another option is to make like a birthmark. Like, you know. It's going to take a few washes to get this. All right, so we're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to add more to it. All right. So while she was in the closet, it looks like the front of her forehead got a little ding on it, but it's not going to make a difference because she's going to have bangs. If I put bangs on her, you won't see that, but I'll know it's there, and that bothers me. So what I'm going to do is just take her like that. Then I'm going to simply just add straight on. I'm going to try to keep the edges soft there. Okay. I'm going to go grab, where did my cosmetic wedges go? Okay, I'm going to grab a cosmetic wedge and have it slightly moistened. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. So now I'm just going to go through and I'm going to just stipple, which means pounce the little brush on top of that little spot. It will create the same sort of texture as the rest of the head because I stippled, meaning pounced this little sponge on the entire doll's head. Before, but let's see. I'm trying to color match it so that it does not show any defect at all. Right. But like I said, this one's probably not going anywhere because it was a gift. I forgot it was a gift, but she's precious to me. That's why I was going to sell her because I thought she was a double of something I already had, but she's not. She's a very special kit to me because it was a gift from my friend. Friend gifted me another kit that's over here. All right. It's starting to look better. Now let's switch up and go back to the leg where I screwed up. Where it's screwed up there. See how it's like, okay. Let me see. So that looks like some sort of mole or something. Oh no, that looks horrible. That looks really bad. The other option is to get a whole new leg and start and make like a whole leg and color match it. The other option is that, and then just save this as a practice limb. So it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul, which we might do. All right. All right. See, it looks horrible, man. He looks like he has something bad going on. Oh. I'm trying to salvage it because I want to see. It's good practice, but we may actually have to like redo the like. All right, let's let that dry. That's better. And then we're going to do some more. I think I could probably get it pretty close. Or we could make it into a heart-shaped birthmark. That might be cute. Let's try. All right, I think we did that. All right, while I'm waiting for that to go, And whatever. I'm gonna work a little bit more on filling this gap here. Hi, Amy. Did I say hi to you? I don't know if I said hi to you or if you just... What just happened? Did you just delete comments? It's okay if you did. I was just curious. Something shifted down there. All right, that's better. That looks better already. And she's gonna have bangs, so it's no big deal. All right, let's try to do some lips, guys. Let's try to do some mouths. What do you guys think? And some blushing. You have something in your mouth, girly. All right. Let's do it. All right. So I'm just gonna take some of this over here. And going to grab maybe some pink polish as well. But I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm going to just grab some more Barn Red as well. Oops. Zoops. Oh no, she has some red on her head. Not that it really matters because she's going to have a full head of hair when we're finished with her. Because she's going to have like, yeah. Hello, Hassan. Hassan or Hassan? Did I say that right? Making dolls right now. This is emotional support stuffed animal channel, but we also make other beloved things that help us feel happy. Some people like dolls. They make us feel calmer. Something that we like. I think I can add a little bit more of that pink. It's Simul. Okay. Did I say that right? Simul? I have trouble with names sometimes. So, y'all can help me out. If I say it wrong, then just let me know. I'll just try to say it right. All right, so that's a really good lip color, I think, for these. For now, I think. So I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to just use this for now. I'm going to work on this crying baby's mouth. Oop. So I'm going to start inside first. Ugh, hold on. Got some technical difficulties here. All right, I've stored these for so long that he has like little black spots on his lips. So what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how I'm going to overcome that. I'm going to grab, so right now I'm grabbing some acetone nail polish remover. And I'm putting it on like a sponge or a cosmetic wedge. And we're just going to like work on it. Thank you for the love, guys. So I'm just going to work on it, like taking these little black dots off of his lips. See. That's okay right there, but the black dots have to go. All right. We also have these little white marks here that need to go. See, there they go. They disappear. The back of the ear here. You notice some debris there. Just gotta get some of that out. There. Now it's gone. That's what happens when you leave them alone and you store them for like a very long time, is sometimes little things will kind of stick to them, or I don't know. At least with this kind of paint and everything. A lot of people don't love it, but there's a lot of benefits to using this kind of paint. This is why I use this kind of paint, is that it's very affordable and it works better than a lot of the other ones that are even more expensive, that are made specifically for this purpose. The thing about it, one of the downsides is if you don't like things to have a texture to it, like there's almost like a little bit of a rougher texture. I like that, but some people don't like that. But I like that. So, yeah. Let's see. We're going to add like other like colors on top of this as well. All right, I think we're getting somewhere with this. I want the edges to be like kind of a little, not like sharp, like more like, how do I put this? I want the, hey, how are you, Annette? Welcome. So I want the edges of this to be almost like soft, not sharp, like not super straight, just more like mute, you know, like it kind of washes into the rest of it if I can. But it's not easy. I may give up on this, and I'm going to be honest, I may give up on this and go get another limb. But I just want like I said, I just want the practice of trying to fix it. So. There you go. It's getting there. All right. Now, let's keep going with his mouth. If you guys have any questions about making dolls, or, you know, you want to ask stuff about emotional support stuffed animals. Oh, hello. Oh, make it like a mole there. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I just don't think I have the skills just yet to make it a believable mole. But that, we'll see. I might make a mole, you're right. Like, that might actually happen. I want it to be like a heart-shaped one. We may do that. I haven't decided yet. We could go get like pictures of moles, and then I could like try and recreate it with various shades of brown. You know what? I think you're right. We'll figure, but it's actually starting to work. So yeah, I think I could probably do that. But it's starting to work a little bit. All right, we're going to keep on going with it. Hold on. All right, let me do his mouth. Let me do mouths right now. We'll do mouths. All right. So this is the color that I mixed, as you guys remember. I'm going to add like a little bit of water to it just to make it like a little bit less gloppy. All right. Here we go. Where I do want to have a sucking blister. Like, there's always a sucking blister on these newborns. Like, not always, but a lot of times it makes it more believable right here. That means it's like a lighter color on that part of the mouth. And usually I want to keep the line like where I can either move from the inside and out to the outside like this. And I want like almost little lines, like instead of it being like a heavy. All right. This is by no means, this is just like the bottom color. This baby needs a lot more red. Because when babies cry, they turn red. They get really angry and the skin color on them. So he will have a considerable amount of blushing on his face and body. Because sometimes when they get really worked up, they turn red. I don't know why. They just do. Like, if you know a baby, you know what I'm talking about. They get angry. He's an angry elf. He's angry. All right. Look at his little mouth. Aw. Some babies, their tongue gets a thing called a tongue tie. And it's so sad. Because then they need this part under the tongue. They have this little piece of skin that goes too far on their tongue. So they can't move their tongues properly. So they can't have their bottles properly. Because they can't drink properly. Because they can't suck properly. And then if they leave it there like that, when the baby gets older, the child might have like speech problems and like all sorts of problems. They call it tongue-tied. So it's kind of interesting because I actually worked at a place where they would help the babies that had that problem. And it was pretty quick. They would just do a little procedure right there. And baby would be really angry at them after. But then they would be okay. Oh, poor babies. But this one doesn't have one of those. See, his tongue is free. The free baby. I don't know if you guys talk to your art, but it really does definitely help me to think about where I'm going and what thing I need to do next with my art, with the dolls I'm making. Like, I don't know, because I get a little bit nervous. Like, the worst thing you can do is get, like, nervous when you're making dolls, because then you start to work really fast to try to fix something, and then sometimes you start to mess up. I mean, it can be good if you're working with like acrylics because they dry faster, and I don't use any extenders in my paint, which most people do. Extenders is a medium that you put in your paint to make it to give you more working time. It makes it a little bit, you have more time before it dries. But I don't do that because it costs extra money and stuff, and I don't even know what extender I would use, actually. I'm pretty good at working fast, but sometimes if I get nervous, anytime you get nervous, your art is in jeopardy. And that's what I find, because then you're going to work super fast and you're going to be like, oh my God, I made a mistake. What do I do? And then you start making more mistakes. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but for me, that's the way it goes. Okay, so that's the first layer of paint so far for his mouth. Now, that by no means means that we still have to add more, of course. We're going to let him sit for a little bit, and then we're going to move to her. And here we go. All right, so here we go. That's a good idea. You know what, sweet angels, I'm definitely going to consider the mole, making a mole. I don't want to, but I probably will. It's not a bad idea. So I'm just putting like a flat layer on, except for on the lips where I want to start, like, I'm making more contact with a vinyl towards the inside of the mouth, and then I'm drawing it out, and then I'm lifting up so that we have kind of not a blunt edge. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Jessica. How are you? Welcome. And that's because when you look at somebody's lips, you will notice that there's no, like, hard line around their lips. It's tiny little lines. And so we want to create tiny little lines and not like just, you know, one hard line. So you keep it like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to also do like her right here, her little gums. Now, if you're a beginner, you might not have the dexterity or the confidence to use a brush this thick for that area. So I'll show you what you do. You're just going to come in with a thinner brush for that area. So what you want is a brush that's also already a little bit moist. So you put it in here a little bit. This brush is very thin and it will give you more control over what you're doing. Just put it in there. A brush like this would be good for eyebrows as well when you get to that point. But see that small little space there? You can go like that. Get right up close and personal with those teeth there. You want how it goes up like here and here. You don't want to really get this on the teeth. You just want to get all up in here. Okay. There you go. And then there. Now you don't want it too thick. You still want to be able to see your vinyl, which is this plastic stuff, okay? You don't want it to be so thick that you don't see anything else through it, because when you look at somebody's gums, typically they're not one flat color. Oh, you're really X-Lux. Oh, thank you for that. You know, whatever, you know, you can change whatever. This is the way I look at it. As long as the result looks good, you can change whatever brush you want. If you're having a hard time, because somebody wants you to use like a thicker brush or something, or they want you to use a fan brush and you don't feel comfortable using a fan brush for something, you know, whether it be making dolls or something else, use a flat brush. It's your work, you know, it ultimately is your work. So, and sometimes we experiment with things and it comes out good, and sometimes we experiment things and come out horrible. I've done that. And, you know, you develop your own techniques that way by doing it your own way. So so if you see this is an upturn of the tongue, and you can move in here very close. These two teeth are down here. Let's see if I show you. Can use your pinky to kind of be like a fulcrum, so it's like protecting your hand from shaking and not being able, or if you can use like your knuckle and going in like that, rolling in, if that makes you more comfortable. That's another way of doing it. Or you don't have to use anything. You can go for it. But those are some things that I've learned over time that work with me. Because sometimes my hands get shaky a little bit. And you know, that use of that or this helps keep your hands steady. Okay. So if you actually see the inside of the mouth has not been done, I'm going to just grab the thicker brush to get in there. All right. Just like. Now, I just want to say that this is just the first. There's going to be many little, not many, but a few little layers of different shades of pink and red in these. Now we're going to look in here and see how there's like that area right here. We're going to go in there. This is like priming a canvas right now. We are simply creating the bottom, like the foundation of what you're going to do with other colors. Now, it's hard because there's not like a lot of working space here. But when you look at this doll, you'll be able to see if you did not paint in here. So it's important. If you guys have any questions, let me know. So this is just your first. All right. See, like that hasn't been done right there. I'm gonna go in there. It's a little too heavy right there, so I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to pick up some of that extra paint. I don't want to be too heavy with it. There. Just. I'm going to put like more paint like in the corner here. Okay. Okay, so we're going to let that dry and then we may go back in there. A side note. Oh, okay, I want to show you where else we can use this color before I bug out on this doll. So this color is also good for the nail beds. So we're going to add this to the nail beds. And we're going to also add it to this top lid here. Very lightly. We don't want a lot. We're going to add it here to this. And like that right there. Just so that we can add some sort of shading. So that's the color. The base coat of your lips is going to be the same base coat that you're going to use on the eyelid. Okay, for shading. And use it sparingly. I should not see, because otherwise she'll look like she has allergies, okay? You can also use it on the insides of the nose and the nose holes. So let's try that. But I don't want to see a doll that looks like it has a bloody nose, because that's not ideal. So you can use it in the nose holes as well. Just a little bit of shading. Now, some people like to drill out their nose holes. I don't like that. I don't know a lot of artists that do that. But I like to be very sparing with my shading in the nose. Some people might want to do it in the ears as well. We could probably try that. Could put this color in the ears. a little bit. Okay. So you can put it in this thing. Put it here. Oracle. Magic. Okay. Let's put it here. A little bit of shading in there. Put it here. And just in the folds of the ear. Like, you just put a little. It will make it look more realistic. It will start to pop a little bit more. All right, look. Let's do the nails. Okay, while we're at it. Because like I said, when you have lips there like that, you want your lips to basically be, at least the style I do, you want your lips to be basically a lot like your nails. Now, I'm going to grab a brush. This is just my preferences, but I'm going to grab this is a 00, 00. But you can use whatever you're comfortable with. So I'm going to grab a 00. I may change brushes. It doesn't matter. With the nails, I'm going to just let you guys know that towards the moon of the nail, you want it to have more color and ease up on your brush as you're getting to the tip of your nail. So you go down heavy and you come up light, okay? Heavy towards the moon. And then you drag up and you go light. You want it to be transparent, meaning you want to be able to see the other color underneath it, okay, shining through. Like, when you look at your own nails, is it one, solid color? No. There's multiple colors in there. We'll add other colors to it to make it more realistic. But really, you want... Yeah. Working two babies. It's Gracie May awake and asleep. Aww. I saw the pictures. How are they coming? We are going to do a Lucy by Tina Huey because my friend got me her like a long time ago and I never did anything with the kit, and I'm going to actually splurge for decent hair this time. And Lucy's going to look beautiful because like lately I have not had the money to buy like kits, and I haven't really been doing dolls as much at all. But I'll show you Lucy in a minute. She's right next to me. If you can't really lift up enough and your color is not quite doing it, like you're like, oh, it looks like one flat color, just keep it light. As far as don't use like a lot of paint, very heavy. You can go back in there later. Or, yeah, but less is more, you know? So, with this. Alright. Did I do that one already? I think I did. Yeah, so that's what her nails look like right now. And that's perfect, okay? You're going to add the nail tips later. Let's do another hand of them. Okay. If you feel like you've done too much, you can just take your cosmetic wedge and make sure it's slightly moist. But you can lift up some of that color if you did too much. Like this little thing right there. I don't know what that is, but all right. We're going to have to do her feet too. So we have to do the ones on her feet. What size does she wear? I forget. What size does Gracie May wear? All right, let's do the thumb. All right, and that's a very light color. It doesn't need to be dark. That will come in time with more coats. And you're going to add like maybe a bluish one. Oh, that's good. I noticed with newborn sizes, there's a lot more like sleepers and like, I don't know. Once you get to 0 to 3 months, they start to do like more dresses, but newborns just like sleep all the time. Okay. Let's try the feet now. Whoa, 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 wow, whoa. The heck? Ah, stay. Can go pretty fast, but I'm a slowpoke because I want to make sure I do it right. There we go. Yay! This little piggy went to eat, Etsy. This little piggy found a home. This little piggy gained a few $100. This little piggy watched the box opening. Be prepared. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, this one. Ah! I need like a stand or something. Like, I've been out of this for so long. Like I said. So we're kind of like improvising a little bit because like I'm not gonna buy more stuff, guys. Like I just got back into it. Okay. Yeah. So the colors I made to get this, okay, let me talk about what colors did I use to get this color. I used light mocha, I used barn red, and then I just, yeah, I mixed them together. Just like 2 drops of light mocha and like, I would say, oh God, I think it was like 1 drop, just 1 tiny drop of barn red. Like, I mean, these are so tiny, you can do whatever direction you want. I would recommend trying to fan out from the, you know, from this side out, but on the big toe, but the rest of them are so tiny that you probably wouldn't notice. Okay, well, I'm gonna just do the big toe a little better. There. Okay, so we're good for that. Now let's try a little bit more. So those are all the ways in which I would use a base coat from lips. I would shade those other things with the same color. I mean, that's what I do to make it easier on myself. All right, now, and I do also think it looks better. That's why I do it. It's easier, it looks better, you know. It's just the way I do it. Okay, I'm just gonna take this really small one, and we have like a boo-boo here. So, still trying to camouflage it. I don't like that. Let's see if I can. And like I talked about options, we were talking about options that I may make like a mole there or something, but somehow like I think like ink from like another bag or something, or maybe like a craft pen got this little spot on him, and like camouflaging it. But I may actually go get like another limb and then redo them. I feel like I'm in some sort of school for mortuary science or something. Like I'm at PIMS or something. Like, oh my gosh. I would probably, if I wasn't so, people have come into my house. There's a lot. You would be surprised how many people are like really afraid of dolls. They come into my house and they're like, oh my gosh. All right, see, it's getting better, so we're going to let that dry a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and do more. And what I'm going to then do is after I establish that base coat, I'm going to add, like, a few coats on top of it, where I'm going to stipple it into the, and camouflage it further, and you won't even notice it was ever there. So I'm going to leave that for right now. So, what else? I think that's good for the first lesson. So basically speaking, your base coat for your lips and your mouth is going to be one color. And then you're going to add other little translucent or transparent. I don't know. You're going to add other little things on top of it. I will come back and we'll do more together on this. I want to, I will like, I may be doing tutorials for you guys again. I just, I want to because it's a really affordable, my way of doing it is very affordable. I've been doing this for many years, and this paint, and this medium works better than the expensive stuff, in my opinion, in many ways. Now, sometimes it doesn't, so it really just depends. But sometimes the texture is good. The color is good. This is inexpensive paint, but it works better than some manufactured stuff out there. Like you can go to Walmart and you can get this apple barrel paint or folk art paint if you want. And you just order this off of Amazon. And with a few things that you have, you know, inexpensively, you can afford to make these nice dolls, and it's a lot of fun, and, you know, they do come out high quality, so, you know, it just depends, so, anyway, so I will be doing more tutorials with you guys, and, I will see you guys later, bye!